Schneider, K-R-I-S-S-C-H-N-E-I-D-E-R, and I am representing the Nevada Council for Independent and Religious Schools. We represent the independent and religious schools across the state of Nevada, and that spans not only the religious sector, which involves different schools of different faiths, Christian, and within the Christian faiths we have Lutheran, Catholic, and others, as well as Muslim schools and Jewish schools. And we also are representing the independent schools who have no religious affiliation. My point in saying that is that we're here to speak on behalf of the children, regardless of anything that they may believe or they may not believe. We are here representing children and their families who want to have a continuation of this funding and actually make it permanent. Just last week, I had the honor and humble privilege of being in Washington, D.C., where we buried my uncle at Arlington National Cemetery, and it was an amazing experience, and I appreciate the opportunity that we had to be there because with a government shutdown, we couldn't go to any museums that were closed, but we were able to go to different memorials and monuments. And one of them that I took the chance to see because I'd never seen it before was the one for Martin Luther King Jr. If you're not familiar with this memorial, you have to go to Washington, D.C. just to see it. It is fantastic. It has a stone, and from this mountain of stone, from it is jutting out a single column, and on that column is carved Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And on the side of that is a phrase, and it says, "From a mountain of despair, a rock of hope." When AB 165 was passed in 2017 for the Opportunity Scholarship, this state provided a rock of hope for the families that were looking at a mountain of despair that was their public schools. Please understand, I am not saying that private schools are perfect. We have our work to do as well. Independent schools are not perfect. Religious schools are not perfect. There is work to be done in all those settings. But my point is that when I look at that memorial and I look at what it said on the side, I can't help but think and be remembered as to how much families are looking at this Opportunity Scholarship for what it is, an opportunity to get away from something that has not worked for them, an opportunity to, even with extra effort from not only the family to find funding, but for the school to find funding to sponsor those students to go there. They are looking at the opportunity to give their children something that they may have not been able to receive themselves. And it's not that public schools aren't good enough for them, it's that it's not right for them. The opportunity is what's most important, and that's actually in the title of this. There are over 130 private schools, independent schools in the state of Nevada, and it represents over approximately 20,000 students. Not continuing to fund this, not making it permanent, would do something that in the education world is a really bad idea, and it's called disrupting a student's life. When you disrupt a student's continuity in their educational experience, you actually cause them to regress. Regardless of how advanced they are, if they go from private back to public, that fact that they have disruption, even though they may be advanced academically, the disruption hurts them psychologically, hurts them emotionally, which also are the underpinnings of a good academic program and to have good academic success. Disruption is not the key. Continuity is the key. The opportunity, as you've heard from several people, is something that extends beyond the classroom. What I am doing then is inviting you to take advantage of the opportunities that you have in front of you to continue to listen to the people who are speaking as recipients of these funds and are appreciative of these funds and have taken their time to come and speak to you on this funding question. There are 6 registered scholarship organizations in the state, and I invite you to contact those organizations. I invite you to contact the Department of Education here in Nevada to get information on those so that you can talk to those people. The Nevada Council for Independent Religious Schools urges you to continue funding the scholarship, making it permanent, and more than anything, we encourage you to listen to the recipients and the hope that they have and they would like to keep. They have exercised their choice in not only finding a different school that will work best for their child, they've also exercised their choice in speaking to you today and speaking to you in different formats and I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you, and I ask that you continue to allow these families to have that rock of hope out of the mountain of despair. Thank you so much.